That water is coming out of the barrel now. What's going on, guys? Jeff here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the max spec jump, the MJ DC1K. This is a controllable return pump from the max spec jump series line. This is, I believe, the middle of the road return pump, and let's take a look at what we get in here. So again, owner's manual, operator manual, whatever. Make sure you read this prior to operation. It's pretty thin all by itself, and really they have a number of different languages in here, so there's not a whole lot of reading that needs to happen to have a good understanding of what your product can do for you. Don't utilize this video as, you know, like your end-all be-all version of understanding what this pump can do. Definitely make sure that you do your research. Let's take a look at what we have here. There's a whole lot going on in here. So it looks like we got some mounting options, some cable management options, some feet. A bunch of little goodies going on in there. Alright, that goes to that. Power cord, power brick. That's probably the biggest power brick that I've seen in the max spec jump series line. Alright. See, one power brick, you've seen them all, I guess. Maybe not. I was staring at that for a long time. Controller. Ooh, I like it. Feels like it's slimmed down from the previous pumps that I've taken a look at. They have that clip in this mounting tool kit. You literally have, you know, you put 2 screws in there, or you could use some Velcro or some double-sided tape. I prefer to use double-sided tape or Velcro just because I'm not a big fan of drilling holes and things that you know, who knows what's going to happen. The new pump might come out, you might want to get that, so I try to use that stuff when I can. But the way that this clip here works, I don't know if you guys can, I'll just take it out of the bag. But the way that this clip works, get some zip ties tied up in there, so it can happen on both sides. Alright, you just zip tie it to, no, I'm kidding. Alright, so you have this clip. Obviously you could use the screw option, put 2 screws in there, that slides down. But it's pretty convenient to just clip that in there and go about your business. A little bit of a fingerprint magnet, I can tell already, but this feels like a pretty thin controller. I don't remember them being this thin for their return pumps, so that's pretty interesting. What else we got? Yep, so next up we got the connection. You know what? I'm not going to be able to. I got 2 different options here. Still, I'm not sure if that's going to easily connect into the water box or not. It's a little bit bigger of a return pump, really. But you have 2 different connections here. I'm going to say that that's probably 3/4, and that's half. Not 100% certain. Is there any? Probably should read my owner's manual. That would tell me. Alright, I'm going to read this real quick and I'll be right back. Yeah, I looked through the book real quick and it doesn't say anything about the size of these couplings at all. I'm going to assume that that is 3/4 and that's 1 inch, but very well designed. They almost have like a rubberized coating on them. You just basically, whatever is going to work for your scenario. In most cases, you know, you're probably going to use some type of hose as opposed to, you know, or plumbing or anything like that. Whatever, you know, it's going to work for your scenario. You can swap it out pretty quickly. It has a really high quality feel to it. It's going to definitely bite onto whatever hose that you connect that to. And then the pump itself, absolute beast. Absolute beast. I like the black return pumps. You know, they're not fancy. It kind of goes with everything. Just got to clip in those rubber feet, and you're in business. You're ready to go. Really like the design of that intake, that guard that's going to protect, you know, your livestock from entering into that. Also protect the pump from having something get shot in there and chewed up and spit out. So very, very impressed with the overall quality. This is a pump that this design has been around for a little while now, but it's a very solid return pump. That is controllable, which what I like about the controllable pumps, a lot of people might, you know, not say that, well, you know, what's the big deal about them? But I myself prefer to have a pump that I can dial back or dial up depending on the situation. In most cases for me, I'm gonna dial it back. I don't like a lot of water going through my sump. I like to slowly turn the water over. I want that protein skimmer to have enough contact time with the water so that, you know, I'm not just blasting water through the sump and then sending it back to the aquarium, and not allowing any of that filtration media or what have you down in the sump have any contact time with the water. So I'd rather dial it back, have a little bit slower water going through the pump, and having a DC controllable pump is going to allow you to dial it back. But one of the things I love about a DC controllable pump is being able to dial it back if you want to dial it back. But also, let's say you upgrade a year from now, you can take this pump and upgrade it with you. It can go to that next tank because it has a lot more power that it can push that water in that larger tank, and that's going to save you a lot of money, especially if you're throwing money at a tank. Being able to utilize a pump on that next build is going to save you a tremendous amount of money. So in a lot of cases, being able to quickly hit that feed button to, you know, cool the pump off for a second, or dial it back if you want to increase your filtration. Maybe there's something going on with the tank and you need you got some new media in there that's needing to take effect, or you are upgrading and you're looking to take that old pump with you. These pumps are built to last. They're going to last you a long time. So having a pump that's a little bit bigger on a smaller tank isn't a huge deal. It's going to serve you on that next tank as well. So we are going to go take some measurements of the water box, see if I can even get this guy in there. If we can't, we'll figure out something to show you guys what actually this pump can do. We have the MaxSpec Jump DC return pump plugged in. When you first plug it in, it doesn't go into a startup phase or anything like that. It goes into constant mode 1. Now it has the ability to go all the way up to 20. So 1 is the minimum, and you can crank it up to 20. You have 3 other different modes with this pump. You have constant mode, which is 1. You have Gyro Mode, which is 2. And then you got another Gyro Mode with 3. Now I have a foot on the bottom of this barrel to keep it in one spot. It's in wheels, so it can move around a little bit. But as you can see on 2, it's almost like a washing machine. And you have the ability, I can actually probably get the water out of this. Oh my. That water's coming out of the barrel now. That's crazy. Alright, so you're not so much adjusting the power as you're adjusting the pulse. So with 2, it's a 9, it's basically a good strong push and then it lets off. Good strong push and then it lets off. And the more that we increase that, the longer it gets. That's very interesting. Alright, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. It's really just a quick deal. So let's put it on 3 and let's check that out. So this one is a gyro mode just the same, but it doesn't quite pump like the other one. It's a little bit different. It almost seems like it's not a complete stop, like it's pushing constantly, but then it pushes a little bit harder. So let's see what we can do with that. It's all the way up to 20. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. That water is an absolute mess now. Not a bad salt bucket mixing pump either. It's something to consider, maybe one of the smaller models. So there's a couple different things that are pretty interesting about this. You have the ability to change the mode. You have those 3 different modes. You have constant, a gyre, and then a different gyre, and then you have the ability to make adjustments to the flow pattern and the frequency of it by going through 1 through 20. Constant mode is basically 1 through 20 is just how much water it's pushing. But you also have the feed mode as well. So right now I have the feed mode clicked 4 times. I think that turns it off manually, and it will not turn back on unless I hit feed mode again, and then it will go back into normal operation. If you hit 1 time, normal operation, 2 times, you get a feed mode for 10 minutes, and it's going to count down from 10 minutes. You can do 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So from a controllability standpoint, you know, it's pretty basic, and I like that because a lot of the functionalities that come with a controllable return pump I don't really use outside the fact of being able to hit feed mode and feeding my fish, and also controlling the flow a little bit. Never really been big on the gyre flow modes with return pumps, but that might be something that I consider with the new project, which I'm not going to show you guys a whole lot with the new project yet, but you can kind of see some things here in the background that are essentially this new project that I've been working on over the last couple of weeks. So very, very impressed with the MaxSpec DC controllable pump. If you want to check it out, there's going to be links in the description below, which will bring you to MaxSpec. You can do some more research. I don't believe these are actually, the Jump DC pumps have been available for a while. Some of the other products are not hitting the market yet, but there's been quite a few products that we have taken a look at from MaxSpec. Want to thank them for thinking of us when they were sending these products out for review. The return pump, been around for a minute. Definitely always good to take a look and see what's cooking with MaxSpec. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified the next time that we upload a new video. Peace.